Damn it, I'm going to change my captain.
Oh, you wanted to captain
I'm going to
Wood?
change my captain.
Thank God. Huh? It's better we say this thing because if Dawuud could have captained him, Cole Palmer could be a very good fixture, but he's playing against Arsenal. And Arsenal, they are very good in defensive. So scoring against them, it cannot, you're not sure about it.
For my prediction against this Arsenal against Chelsea, I think it will be a draw if we are lucky.
Okay.
Or
Why?
a 1-0 win in the team.
Why call it a draw first?
It will be a draw because the way we set up at the moment, we are setting up how we attack, how we play. We are not very little at our finishing, and then our defense also. I think we'll set up a very great performance against Arsenal, so they should expect a great game.
Okay.
This game, I really don't know how to predict this game. Sometimes we have been lethal against Chelsea. Sometimes we have been just lukewarm against Chelsea. We draw the game that we think we're gonna win this game, and I can say that when we meet a team which is not performing at its best, this is the time that we lose the game. Like sometimes we see now Chelsea, Manchester are very down. This is the team we can win. Or Chelsea are down. This is the time that we'll win against them, and it's the time that we see ourselves maybe drawing or losing against. The other time, Chelsea were very good, performing very well, and we beat them 5. We were not even expecting that one.
Hello guys, welcome again to another week of the Triple Cup Show. A very nice week. Champions League was here, man. It was a great kind of a crazy week. And the day of recording is on Thursday, so we are waiting for the Europa and the Conference Leagues. So the Arsenal guys have already qualified. That's on the Champions League side. Manchester United, we are waiting for the today and the Real, and then the Chelsea guys also, they are waiting today for their game. So, and then who else joined me? On the weekend, there's a big game where it's the London Derby. And lucky enough, I got the both London guys derby. So I'll start with the majority, whereas the Chelsea guy. Start with man like Louis. What's up, G?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
I'm fine,
Nice
man.
to be back.
Okay. On the other side, man like Mike, a Chelsea guy also. What's up?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm fine, nice. And then to the minority, but the so-called the king of London, man like Josh. What's up?
What's up? Hi.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Man, it's been a while since I have you on the coach, man.
It has been a while, man. But I think it's up and down.
Okay.
All has been fine.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So where should we start? Because this week I think Champions League is the talking point of the day. Where the big game where I yesterday, if you were there, we streamed the Madrid derby. Man, where can we start? How did you see that game, Mike? But I think you slept. I don't know, man. Did you watch it?
I watched for the first half, and then I was caught up with sleep because the previous night I was watching Liverpool and PSG,
Okay.
which were very late in the night. So some of us were sleeping in the morning while going to the job. So they were Real Madrid and Atletico. I watched the first half, then I just slept.
Okay. Louis, your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, man. I was able to watch the entire game. So basically, Real Madrid derby, the Madrid derby, that was a hell of a game. One kind of a game, man. It was a high intense game. And the second half, we were able to see Vinicius, the first time losing a penalty, are able to see a lot of drama accumulating, and then up to the penalty session, where the Julian Alvarez penalty saga, that was crazy.
Okay.
Because for the first time, it took less than 5 seconds to come up with an idea. That was insane.
Okay, talking about being insane. Malak Josh, you always say Real Madrid is the team that always lucky. So walk me through. You watched the game until this. Yeah. I don't know until near the second half ended, and then you guys just disappeared from there. So what's your take? Let's start from there, and then you guys, the Arsenal guys, you said you want Real Madrid. Man, you have them. So what's your plan? What's cooking on your side?
When I talk about the Real Madrid, the Madrid derby, I think you can agree with me. Those guys are very lucky They were not at their game last night when they are playing against their counterpart Atletico, and we saw that Atletico were playing a game. We are usually used to them playing a pragmatic game, whereby Simeone is very good at defending, and we saw that when they scored the first goal, we knew that maybe this game will end there. But we saw Madrid is Madrid. They usually come up with a plan, and they get a goal from nothing. And we saw Vinicius also losing a penalty. We thought maybe this is the time Real Madrid, their luck has gone. But luck is always on their side. I don't know how they escaped this one. But we talked when we were chatting on the group. We said that if this game goes to extra time, definitely Real Madrid will win. They usually come with a win when it goes to extra time. Extra time, there was no goal conceded, and they went to penalties. And we knew that penalty is a game of luck. Either team can win this one. Who could have thought that Alvarez could score a penalty and get disallowed?
Man,
Who could have-
I was watching the game and I said, man, it's Alvarez. I don't need to see it because I knew it was definitely a goal.
A goal.
So when I just turned back, when I came back to the phone, I was like, what the hell?
Like
I was like, did they want him to play it back again? And then I was like, no, it's disqualified because he hit it with two both legs. I was like,
and let me tell you,
what the hell does that happen?
this one, we were talking the other time. We were saying like it was a very close call, whereby even if you check the replay, you cannot see it properly if he really touched it twice. You cannot see it properly. So the fact that VAR came up with that analogy that he hit it twice, yes, his leg was near the ball. Maybe it's true he touched the ball or not. I'm not sure about it. We just go with what we saw on the replay. But when I check it properly on the replay, I see he didn't touch that ball.
Okay.
He didn't touch it.
Okay.
And I remember, I remember during World Cup, Messi touched the ball twice, and it was accepted. So if it's true that Alvarez did this one, we can say it's payback time.
Wow, for the national guys winning the World Cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's payback time. So it has happened. Yes, we have to move forward. And this is the reason why I'm telling you, Madrid, these are a team which are experienced in this game for a very long time. And they usually come up with a way to win the game. This was not up to them. It was up to luck.
Okay. So what's your thoughts now? Because you guys wanted them, and now you do have to play them.
What I was saying, we have a problem with striking. Okay, so when you play those teams that are playing a low block, the likes of West Ham, the likes of Everton, we saw how we struggle to break those low blocks because we don't have as much creative. We don't have creativity. If you look at somebody like Odegaard, he has not been the same Odegaard we used to know before he got an injury. Right now, he has been struggling, try to create those chances. That game against West Ham, he was creating those chances, but they were not perfect enough. And also, we didn't have that lethal striker who will maybe try to convert those chances that he got, even if it was 3 or 4. Nobody was there to convert those chances. This is the one of the reasons that we didn't score as much goals as we wanted to win those kind of game, Everton and West Ham. Same to Newcastle game also. Then we have been having a problem since Kai Havertz got injured. And I think from January 15, we have never scored again a set-piece goal.
Okay.
And this is due to so many things. Either maybe they have caught how we play, or maybe we lack the creativity, also the flights that Kai Havertz was maybe posing. Because if Kai Havertz is there, some of the defender will maybe try to cover him and let the other people free. But when he's not there, they will now those people who are very tall, they are very maybe less in the ground.
Okay.
So they will be able to cover those guys, and it will be easy for maybe goalkeeper to handle the ball. We wanted Madrid because if Madrid will not play a low block, they will try to attack, and this is the time maybe we can be able to score goals because we trust our defense. If our defense will just come as the way we usually expect them to be, or how they have been maybe last season and this season when starting, even in Premier League, we have conceded very less goals. So I'm sure that we can be able to defend this and maybe apply what we applied last time when we were playing against Man City.
Okay.
The low block tactics.
Okay. This is what Mike said.
Uh-huh.
Good thing we have him and you have you here. He said you guys scored all the goals when you played with PSV. Is it in the PSV game?
Yes.
Yesterday you guys scored a goal and then PSV come back and then at the end of the day the scores were 2-2.
Yes.
Coming back to Manchester United, you guys, if it were not for Raya, I think it would be a bad day for you guys. So, Mike, when you check this kind of a thing, do you think now many teams have come to a place where they have known how Arsenal plays and then they try to close the games? Or, as you said before, Manchester United, when it comes to the big games, that's when they know how to perform the game. So, was it a matter of Manchester United or was it a matter of Arsenal not being as crucial as they should be?
Yeah, I think I'll still maintain that Manchester United, when you play against these top six clubs, you always bring out your best. Always you want to get a result against these top clubs. I don't know how you do it, but I think when you play these low in the mid-table clubs, you struggle against those teams, and it makes someone wonder what you always do. But on the other side, on the Arsenal side, I think they lacked what they did at PSV during that match against you. You really neutralized their attacking. They were really they really struggled against attacking you. I think you can give a big shout out to your defense in that game, because if you could have gone out the same way the PSV had gone out, you could have really suffered, because Arsenal, they are very lethal in attacking. So your defense, your Manchester United defense really did a great work. And then Arsenal's goalkeeper also really saved them. You had some very great clear chances you could have scored, but Raya was on top of his game that day.
Adding on what Mike has said, the game that you played is the game that you usually say is a haram game. We have been playing that kind of a game, and you are criticizing our game. And I told you one reason. If a team is attacking you a lot and you don't have those guns to be able to attack them back, the only option you have is to stay back. You are playing with the 3 defenders. So when you are in attacking form, but when you are in defensive, you retrieve back to 5 and also in the middle. So you didn't have even one person to go back. So you were expecting for only Bruno Fernandes, because he's very good in long balls and long passes. He will get the ball and throw it forward. The fact that you also don't have a lethal striker, that's why you are in that position. Manchester is in that position that they are right now. You can come and argue that Raya saved us. I usually wonder why you say Raya saved Arsenal. It's definitely his work. That is the work of a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but
that is
no,
not
no,
bad. That is not bad.
we don't disagree. We don't disagree. We don't disagree till that. But
Yes.
if it was not for him,
Alisson,
For who will be there apart from Raya?
yeah, my
listen,
Yes. Yeah.
Alisson in the Liverpool game,
Yeah.
you see what he did. That's
He
the
did his
same
job
thing Raya
perfectly.
did. He did, yeah. He was
Yes.
top of his
No.
game in that
When
game.
a goalkeeper is there, that is what you expect him to do. It was an expectation for him to save goals. You're not putting a goalkeeper there to concede them. You're putting there to save.
Sure, you're not putting it there to concede, but you
Yeah,
see, when something is good, it's more good. You have to acknowledge it.
We acknowledge
them,
that.
but-
We acknowledge that he was at his best. But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that if it was not for Raya, I don't want that one. If it
So-
was not for Raya,
Okay.
that is the work of
no,
a goalkeeper.
no. Wait, Mike. I'll cut you short. If Raya played the same way your guy Sanchez was playing, except the last game week, man, those clear chances could be goals, definitely.
No, listen, there is a reason why we bought Raya and discard Ramsdale. We didn't discard Ramsdale because he was a bad goalkeeper. We discard Ramsdale because we saw Raya as one of the best goalkeeper. He has shown those instances. You remember when I was mourning here that I have not seen anything that Ramsdale has done. Not Ramsdale, Raya has done. But as time goes, we started seeing those instances that maybe Arteta saw in this guy. And this is the one reason why we bought him for 30.
Okay.
He cost 30 to be brought in
Okay.
Arsenal.
Okay.
So there is a reason why it's there. And there is a reason you my point is, you cannot say if it was not for Raya. No. Raya is Arsenal goalkeeper.
Okay.
He's supposed to be there, and that is his job. He's supposed to save goals.
Okay.
Yes.
mean, you guys are lucky to be talking about goalkeepers.
Mm.
Me and my brother here, Dawuud, you can't even talk about goalkeeping department because our goalkeepers, they're the biggest joke that we have. I mean, those guys are just being paid to sit there and do their, I don't know what they're doing there. Every game we
No. But this week, there also the Arsenal game, Onana played a crucial role in one way or another. So I can give him props for that game.
No, it was just basic. Yeah, our game, we didn't attack you the way we're supposed to attack you.
Okay.
Like, it was just normal goalkeeper saves.
Okay.
There was nothing that we see he did magical, you know. But what I can say, Onana, I cannot blame Onana so much on this, but he has caused so many errors. Even there was a statistic that I posted on the group.
He has done he has
the
done
errors
more
that
than
he have
De Gea.
Yeah, than De Gea in 12 years.
Okay.
And this one is maybe 2 seasons only.
Yeah.
But what I can say, the reason why you bought Onana is because that he's very good in his foot, true?
Yeah.
But Arsenal game, he didn't even give one complete passes.
Yeah.
Even a single one, he didn't give. All his long balls were going either to Arsenal player or outside.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, to another team, we come to Liverpool, man, which is so unfortunate, man. I feel so bad for man like Mohamed Salah, man, because the biggest point for them, if they could, this is what we said, in the EPL now, he has already banged it. EPL, there's nobody who is above Salah as of now. Talks about his contribution to the game, of how Liverpool plays. Talk about his contribution for the goals and the assists. He's been the best on the top of the A game this period, this season. But then it was like, if we want him to go for the Ballon d'Or, we were sure if they could have proceeded and maybe go to the finals of the Champions League, man, definitely we could have seen him being top of that. But now them being dropped from the Champions League because of 1 or 2 errors from the whole team in general, because like that team, unfortunately, I didn't watch the game so that I could watch the real one. So we watched this game. It was like they had Darwin Nunes. Unfortunately, your guy, he did his deed, yeah, doing the best thing he does, always sending it out. Malek Trent went out with an injury. Szoboszlai also, it was a bit. So do you think, can this be the starting point where we see now Liverpool, we thought they could have gone for it was like four trophies.
Yeah.
Now it came to a tribal.
Yeah.
Now they have 2, and maybe we are not sure if they can have the 2, or maybe Carabao is coming on the weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe Newcastle can take the Carabao. Now they only have the champions, the EPL to run on. Well, how do you see it?
First of all, I watched the Liverpool game, and apparently Liverpool, I think the players were fatigued. So if you see like man like Trent, but Trent, like having an asset like Trent, you're actually tackling another person. So he did a bad tackle and then ended up maybe stretching his ankle, that is. So Trent went out. Another person who went out of that game was Konate. So Liverpool, I think their injury situations are going to worsen right now, and they're going to depend on the young players because they don't have right now someone like Joe Gomez. They don't have him. They also don't have the other defender. I don't know the name. But right now they have to depend on the young Bradley. He wasn't even fit. So right now they have to depend on Kwanzaa as a right back. So apart from the injury was Liverpool game, they played a good game. But for the first minutes, PSG really dominated Liverpool. They were attacking them, and then they made someone like Konate to make a mistake. But it was if you touch the ball, it's going to be a goal. If you leave the ball, Dembele was going to have it still. But I think it was a miscommunication between the goalkeeper and Konate. Another thing is about Alisson really saved Liverpool on that game because Alisson made some really crucial saves. I mean, that guy is really unstable. That's why he's Brazil #1. Coming to penalties, talking about Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones. I mean, penalty is a game of no one. If you go to penalties, be sure that it's a 50-50 chance you're going to progress. So the best team, luckily, didn't manage to go through. And I really felt bad because I wanted most of my English teams maybe to proceed further. So right now, Liverpool, maybe they focus on the Premier League and they focus also on the Carabao. But for Salah, again, I really feel for him.
I think PSG was the best team.
That's what I wanted to say also, because according to me...
The best team qualified in that game.
I mean, on my own perspective, Liverpool is my best team compared to PSG because they support EPL teams.
I know. Leave supporting. The game they played, they played twice. They played twice with Liverpool. Between these two teams, which one was better in those games?
Okay, Joshua, you've said clearly. PSG on the first leg, they were good.
Even on the
Liverpool
second
coming
leg.
to the they weren't good. They were playing the haram game that you are still saying, because they were actually depending on the loose balls that Liverpool midfielders are. I mean, McAllister on that game was really down. I mean, Sloboslai also was really down. So the PSG were playing the attacking, the kind of counter attacks most of the time. That's why you'll see that Liverpool are played high line. So whenever Liverpool were caught on the high line, it was kind of counter attack. That's why Alisson came in. But if they're playing like legit ball, Liverpool playing at Anfield, it's really hard for a team to dominate them in Anfield. But PSG, for the first 20 minutes, they dominated Liverpool, but with haram ball.
Okay, all of you guys have said about you have said about penalty. Now come to the penalties. Cold Palmer. You guy. Mike, how does your guy lose the penalty like that? How?
On Cole Palmer, we've seen his form has really dropped, and we really hope he will come back stronger, because against the last match against we played against Southampton, where he missed some chances also. He posted on his Instagram, he said he's sorry, he will come back. So we hope he gains that momentum and his confidence back, because we've been struggling as a team, and that also affects the players' morale. And this is his first penalty miss since he started playing professional football. So we expect he will come back stronger from it, like the way Saka missed his penalty at the Euros, and when he came back stronger, and he has never missed another penalty.
Okay.
So as a Chelsea fan, I'll keep on believing and hoping in him to be back to his form, and when things come back, we hope he will start giving us those great performances we used to see him do it.
Okay. For me, I was saying that lose of penalty which Palmer did, I think that was the wake up call that Palmer needed. For because kind of like the whole of since January, his form has not been there. So I think that him missing that penalty, I think it was that, like sometimes when you said, sometimes you just need to go to a certain fall. That's when you can pick up your things and be there. So I think that missing of that penalty, for me, I think it's so good. It's so bad him losing the penalty, but general wise as a player, I think that's what he needed at that time. I think from that, I'm expecting to see a different Palmer from. Yani he will try to prove like why he's the Cole Palmer, why guys know him. Or leave alone prove, he'll try now to play his best game, like how we know Palmer plays. That's my view after that penalty situation.
We are going to international break. I hope he won't be called to the England squad. I think I need him to go and rest a bit and reflect on his playing time. You see, I think he needs that rest because he has been playing so much. We need him to rest and come back stronger.
Okay, Josh.
I think this one will wholly depend on Cole Palmer. And in case he want to prove people wrong or that his form has not deepened, he has proved himself right. And most of the people that his form has gone down when he lost that penalty. Because we usually know Palmer is one of the best. He had 100% conversion of penalties. And we saw that...
No, do you know, first of all, Palmer didn't train on the previous day. But he was ill. So this guy came in the morning, told the golfer, can you play me because I need to help the team? So this guy played the whole game while still sick. He didn't train the previous day.
Okay. It's okay he was still sick. Cole Palmer has played so many games and he has not been on his best. The reason why we are judging Cole Palmer with what he's doing right now is because our expectations were very high with Cole Palmer. He put
normal thing.
No. He put himself. Cole Palmer put himself in a position whereby we rated him as one of the best player right now as a young player, So when he bring those kind of stinker performers, we expect him to be judged harshly. So him losing a penalty because he had a very 100% conversion, it's something that we'll have to talk about it,
Give me a player who hasn't 100 conversion penalty.
Ati?
Give me one player who has 100% conversion penalty rate.
Nobody,
yeah, because penalty is there to be lost. Even the best players lose.
Is there penalties there to be scored?
I mean, penalty is a 50-50 chance. That's
yes,
what we say.
no, it's not a 50-50 chance. Penalty is 70-90, 70-30.
Okay,
Oh, man.
I went to this because okay, there's no guarantee. The goalkeeper can be good. It can go outside, so we cannot say like you have to
No,
score.
probability of somebody scoring a penalty, a professional player scoring a penalty, who usually take a penalty,
It's
the
higher.
probability of him scoring a penalty is very high. You cannot say it's 50-50.
You can't judge him on losing one penalty.
We are not
only.
even judging him on losing that penalty. And by the way,
I think
we are
wait.
judging-
I
we are-
think both of you you're crashing in different points. Josh is saying you are judging him because of the games of number.
Yeah.
But for your point, you are saying he's judging him because of the
No, it's
penalty.
not the
It's not about
penalty.
the penalty. So that's the thing. That's when you both are crossing. path.
what we are saying, penalty, we can say is the rock bottom of Palmer. That is something that we usually know. Palmer has 100% conversion. He has been having a stinker of performance, maybe like 1 month.
For the last 2 months, not 1
Yeah,
month. Man.
for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
But when we when he lost a penalty, was something that we say, is now a confirmed that his form has deepened, whether he was
Just
sick
wait
or
until-
not.
Next game we are playing against Arsenal. Just wait until the next game. you
No
see.
problem if he score or not, but we have seen that he has not been performing well. Even
Okay,
Mr. Mike, you know that, true? His form has not been
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best. We are not saying
I
that
know,
he's
you
the
know-
worst. But the reason
can't
why we are
judge-
judging Palmer like that, and this one also happened to Saka. If he doesn't score maybe 2 or 3 games, we usually say Saka form has gone down because the level of expectation that he has given to us is so high. We expect Palmer to perform. That is the reason why he himself, you said that he was sick, but there is so many people who can play there, but he decided that let me help the team because they know he can do that.
Okay, let's talk about team.
It's just positive section. We don't look it on a negative perspective. So
Okay.
that's why for us it's easy for us to understand him.
Okay, nice.
What are you understanding?
He was sick. The guy wanted to come in.
If somebody is
Penalties,
sick, he cannot play.
Okay, it's no. That's a call of a coach. We can leave it to him and the gaffer. So it's up to the coach. Okay, talking about somebody, a team which cannot be saved. It's Manchester United. Images comes here and there where it said we're gonna have maybe in the next 5 years a new world class stadium for a capacity of 100,000. But unfortunately, man, the canteen is being closed. The guys can't get food from there. The players here and there complains the gym facilities, whatever. Man, now again they're cutting the number of guys, the staffs from the Manchester United team. So what's your thoughts about the stadium and what do you see? Because according to me, I don't think the stadium is much more of a big deal as compared to how the players and the rest of the facilities are being run.
No, you know, the stadium will increase your revenue base. So that's a very big deal. And it's a very big capacity stadium. 100,000, it's a lot of people. You can raise a lot of revenue per match. So that's a very big deal. Don't say it's not a big deal. And it's a very great, yeah. So if you complete that stadium within the stipulated time, 5 years to go, it will add a very great influence to your club. And also even you see, it's not only the football stadium. I saw it's a stadium. It's a multi-purpose stadium. It will host different events. So you expect Sir Jim has really invested in a multi-purpose pitch, whereby it will be like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which hosts like the UBC championship, the heavyweights championship. So that's another way to generate revenue. And at the moment, you see like how Manchester is struggling with the revenue, and it's in debt. So if you can have such a great stadium, I don't think you can go into a lot of debts that it's accumulating on your side at the moment.
Okay.
Like Sir Jim. Yes.
Okay, nice. I don't know. Also on the Manchester United still, I've been one of those guys who have said one thing that Manchester United needs to do is to sell some players and get some players. But on the other hand, I don't know. I don't think we do have the muscles to flex this coming to the season to get some players. Now, do you think, Josh, when you check the kind of players we do have in the Manchester United kind of academy, the likes of Kobe, we saw what he can do already. Your game, we saw what this kid, what's the name? Heavens. We saw what he can do in that game also. Also, Chido, we can see on when he plays on the is it under 21? He's so good as a player. Do you think it has reached a point where now, even though we do have some issues in our team, we don't need to go so much into foreign areas to get some players? We'll do have some kids on the academy. If if we can guarantee them to have some minutes in the team, maybe they can change the situation which we have in the Manchester United kind of squad.
I think Manchester United is the one to blame. Manchester United board, they can blame themselves on the situation they are right now, because they have sent a lot, maybe sacking the coaches and maybe doing bad businesses like the Sancho deals, like the Anthony deals. These are kind of deals that they have really exposed them financially. These are kind of things that they have done which shows that they don't have a real good management in the system. This is what Sir Jim is trying to change in this Manchester United. So he invested in a team whereby, and he knew when he was investing in things, he knew that there is a lot of things that he will have to change for it to be a Manchester. I think the one thing that he knew that he was coming to, he wanted to buy the legacy, and he knew as a Manchester United, when you have a small share in Manchester United, there is a very high chance of you, if you change the system where they are running, you can be able to do what? You can be able to get the revenue that you expected. Because as a businessman, what he needs is profit. And he came and he was telling us the other time that he realized that there was a person who was checking even body what? He was reading what do we call?
But sir, body language.
Body language.
Yeah, body language. Yeah.
And he was getting 75,000 a year. Pounds, you can imagine.
Okay.
So these are things that he needed to change in that team to be able to at least to save some money that will be able to come, even when it comes to summer transfer, they'll be able to flex their muscles. Do you know why the reason of the PSR is? Because you cannot manage to maybe reach a loss of maybe 103 in 3 years, 103 million pounds in 3 years. So if they will be able to cut those wages and expenditure, it will be easier for them when it comes to the next summer for them to flex the muscles.
Okay.
Right now, most of the fans, they just know about football. They don't know which is the business side of a team to be run. So when they see people complaining, or maybe Sir Jim Ratcliffe doing the retrenchment on their staff, they will just complain and saying that Manchester United has become a ruin. But he knows exactly what he need to do for Manchester United to be able to come to this the coming transfer and flex their muscles as possible,
as much as possible.
As much as possible.
Okay.
Because apart from the fact that they have small, maybe academy guys who are coming through, the one maybe they bought from Arsenal, like Aiden Haven and Chido, like Kobe Minor, like Ahmad, but they also need to increase the experience player in that team. Because you see a team like Barcelona, they are performing very well. Because they have somebody like Yamal coming from academy, Gavi coming from academy, Pedri coming from academy, but they also have experienced players like Lewandowski, like Rafinha. Those experienced players are the one who are helping the academy players to be able to reach the level. So you can take talents and also you mix with experience. And that's where you can find a team performing at its best. Most of the people, they were complaining that Arteta is not integrating young players from the academy to the team. But that time, remember, Arteta was trying to build a team that will be able to compete at a high level. It was not the best time for him to take academy player. First time he was able to remove those people that he think they cannot take them to the next level.
The next level.
And be able to buy the player that he think for himself, they are the players that he need. Then it will be easy for him to just fill those gaps with players from academy. And those players, he don't just take players. He take talents, and everyone that Arteta has included in that team, you can see, is a masterclass of a player.
Okay.
And this is what we're supposed to see. And we can say Hell End recently has produced some of the best players. They have gone to most big team like Chelsea. They have gone to Brighton and now in Manchester United. And some have remained to be in Arsenal. So
Okay.
I think they're in good hands where they are.
Okay, talking about good hands or not, where they are, man. I think it's a deviation, but I feel so bad and I feel so good for man like this guy, Alvarez. I don't know why, because if you watch now what Man City are, man, I think Alvarez was that key person who could have helped them to the ditch which they are right now. But I don't know what happened with him and Pep. I don't know. I think maybe he wanted more minutes. Because if you watch the game which they played against Nottingham Forest, man, I don't know. They tried their best. Man City tried their best, but it was not working. You guys went for the FPL kind of a guys. Some of the guys went for the likes of Mamouche. Where this the game week when we have said always the Pep roulette. You don't know what will Pep do in that game.
Yeah.
So we saw a game where we think Haaland, we are against Nottingham Forest, which they have been on a bad form, like for the two previous 3 games. They can play against Nottingham, and Nottingham Forest beat them nicely. Even it was a 1 goal, but
Yeah.
it was not an easy goal. But Nottingham Forest gave it out by the numbers. Well, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Nottingham Forest has been really great this season. They just had some few bad results, but generally this season they have been performing very well. So, and then Man City, this season they have really been poor, and we expected Nottingham Forest sitting in 3rd position. We knew they wouldn't just lose to Man City like easily. So for them to win against Man City and away at the City Stadium. At Nottingham Forest Stadium, that stadium is not easy also to win. A lot of teams go there and they lose. So, and you see, like Nottingham Forest, the style of play, they play a low block and then they attack. So, if you are not good in breaking the low block, you will suffer against such team like Nottingham Forest and the likes of Bournemouth also. We've seen this season what they always do.
Let's go now to the Fantasy Premier League, where I think most of you guys are suffering, or some. I don't think. Okay, let's start from here. The gaming points, the average gaming points of the week, it was 52 points. How much did you have, Mike?
I had 83.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, Joshua, how much?
I had 62. Where will you top 82, 83?
No, just listen. I had 83, and on the bench I have 20 points.
So you had all the points.
No, if I included these players on the bench, I would have even reached 100.
That's what they're on the bench.
I have Aina 6.
Mhm.
I have Mitchell 6,
Mhm.
and then I have Self. The only people who let me down this game week is Gvardiol, Palmer, Isak, and Beto.
Okay,
Those are the only people who let me down. Yeah.
okay, nice. Joshua, how many points you said you had?
I had 62 points.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you're the last of the group because I had 63 points for this week.
Yeah, even in the group, I think I went down.
You dropped.
I had a red arrow,
Okay.
but only in that group. The other groups and overall, I had a green arrow.
Okay,
So it was I was like only in this group I'm having a green arrow. How is this group performing, man?
okay.
I think it's the competition is very high
Mhm.
in the group. But what I had maybe around maybe 5 cups I was competing in. I lost all the cups in last game, the one that I got 40 something.
Mhm.
And I remain with only 1 cup. This cup, I think, when I saw this, the other guy has captained Palmer. I look at that guy and say, Palmer is the one who messed me the other time.
Okay.
So this one, you're gonna so I was praying Palmer not to score.
Okay, so when I check your team, you do have somebody like a Pickford, Gabriel, Mikalenko, Munoz, Kluivert, Palmer, Salah, Boyamo, Raul, Wood, and Isak. We'll come to this. When you start with the kind of checking in out for those guys who doesn't know, in Game Week 29 we do have a blank game week where teams like it's Crystal Palace, Villa, Newcastle, and Liverpool, they'll do have a blank.
Yeah.
So do you think is it a point where as an FPL manager, because if I check your team, you do have the likes of Salah and Munoz, those two, because of they'll play for the cup, so they will be blanking. Are you one of those managers who are like, okay, I do have these blanks for these guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sell them and but keeping in mind also after the game, after this week, you have like 2 weeks for the international break. So what's your thoughts? What's your thought process when you want to do the moves for this game, covering up game 29, and keeping in mind that there's an international break coming in after the game week?
I'm not planning to sell these players. The player that I planned to sell, it was Rashford, because I bought him because I saw the game that he was playing, and I knew he's a game changer in Aston Villa, and I was hoping that he will get more minutes than what he's getting right now, but he proved me wrong, and I saw that he's getting those like 20-30 minutes. These are not the minutes that I want a player to have on my team. I usually say my rules in FPL is to put a player that I know that he will play 90 minutes or maybe 60 plus minutes. If I'm sure that you're not gonna play those kind of minutes, you don't have any business to do in my team. So this is a player that I'm gonna sell, and I think I've already did, and I'm maybe replacing him with another player that I know he will be there. Somebody from maybe Nottingham Forest, or maybe from Bournemouth, or maybe from Arsenal. But I just want to put a player that I know will be performing and will be in and out. Yeah, will be always in the game, unless otherwise.
Okay.
Yes.
Mike, do you think if you don't want to do the changes, do you think it's the right week for you to do a wild card? No, not a wild card, a free hit for that game week.
Yeah, sure. If you have a free hit this game week, this is an opportunity you can use, because I don't think you can use it any other time. For me, I'm lucky this game week found me with very less players who will be missing games. So it was I only had one change to make. That was this guy Oli Watkins. It's the only one I sold, but the rest I have. I have minimized my substitutes who will be having a game this game week. So I won't be affected so much. And I was unlucky. I already used my free hit. So, and on the other hand, I'm lucky. I got players who will have game this game week.
Okay. So for me,
So
yeah.
So if anyone still have the free hit, this is the great time to use it.
Okay. For me, I'm of the idea of I don't think this is the right week to use the free hit, because if you watch the fixtures forward, I think game week 33, 32, or 34, there's a very big blank because of the teams for the FA. I think, if I'm not wrong. So for me, I was thinking like if I can have like 2 or 3, or if I can just let it out slide. I think I'm gonna try to capitalize my free hit for the other game, maybe 20, 32, or 34 there. That's my view. But I was like in the idea, if you think, because this is what we say, everybody, a chip, it's good for you when it gives you points. So you may say, I'm keeping it for this game week, and doesn't give you points. So it goes about with your instincts. If your instincts tells you this is the game week to do the chips, I think for me it's good enough. If your instinct tell you it's a good game to go with the chips, I think follow instinct, and I think it will be a good thing. But if you feel it's not a good yet time for you to do the chips, I think just hold them till you think for the games which they think there's a much bigger blank than this one, because it's only two teams which I'm thinking many players or many guys, many managers, they do have like only 4 or a maximum of 4 or 5 players who will be missing it. So if you have a good bench, you'll get 3 guys from the bench. Now you'll have like only 2 players who will not be playing, which I think it's a good enough to move on the week, if I'm not wrong.
I think chips only better for you if they work for you. Like you played manager chip, and it did you dirty.
Still I'm paying because of that, man.
Yeah, you remember the last time, maybe the other game week 28. We were talking with you, and I said that this is the game that I will play triple captain for Salah. And honestly, I even captain Salah. I even activated the triple captain. But when times goes, then I started listening to these analysis, and the analysis started saying like, this is the game. Maybe they will rest Salah because there is a Champions League, blah, 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 something like that. And we expected it will happen because they were playing against a very...
crucial team, PSG.
No. They were playing against maybe a bottom team,
okay,
Southampton.
Yeah.
And they expected maybe, This is something. But on the other side, I was thinking that Ancelotti cannot risk it because there is no other better player than Salah in that in that team that can play Salah's position. But I say no, no, no. They have a very good gap now. He can rest Salah if he wants to reach for Champions League. But Ancelotti is Ancelotti. So, and I as a manager is I as a manager. What I think is not what Ancelotti is thinking. So I decided, maybe Ancelotti will bench Salah, and I decided not to activate I deactivated my triple captainship. And Salah, he was lucky enough, he got 2 goals.
Okay.
And for me, I was just crying there, thinking this was the time. Okay, I was very sure this was the time for me to captain Salah. But because of overthinking, that's why it happened.
Okay.
Right now, what I'm saying, we have, I have so many chip remaining. Maybe free hit, I don't have, I use it. So I have triple captain. I still have manager. I still have bench boost and
the
wild card.
Okay.
But this is the time from game week 30. This is the time that I'm supposed to be playing those kind of chips. But I will. It will depend because the first chip that I have to play is a manager chip. Then after I play manager chip, then I will, because it goes for 3 games. Then I can play a wild card. Okay. When I play a wild card, it will be easy for me because now I have players. Because the time is going, I have maybe 4 games remaining to reach to 38. That is the time I will decide, because that is the time that I need players that I know they will run for me these four game weeks which are remaining.
The last 4 game weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that time we have so many matches which compiling, and also there is so many injuries which have until that, and also there are some people who are coming from injury.
Okay.
So I saw this is the best time at maybe game week 33 after the international break. There is so many injuries which come with it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. For me now, I think when it comes to the assets wise, is it when it comes to the let's say the defensive kind of a thing, goalkeeper being included. If I check the fixtures for this game week, I think if you go with a Pickford, Everton, because they do play against, it's not a bad team as well, but West Ham, I don't expect them to score that much, or they may, I don't know. So for me, I was thinking if you want to invest on kind of goalkeeper wise, I think Pickford is a good option to go. Brighton goalkeeper also, is it Varberg?
Van Bruggen.
Van Bruggen also is a good option. Also Nottingham Forest, when you watch the game, also think is a good option to go with themselves, because Chelsea sells as always, we know. Last week, many guys put them on the bench because they play against Man City, and that's the week they gave guys points. Come to the defensive wise. After watching what, man, Chelsea are doing with Cucurella, 2 game weeks. Hey, man like Mike, you're ripping so good out of Cucurella, you know. I think that's one person. I think it's a must. It's a must-have on kind of defense-wise. Also checking out on the kind of fixture and how Everton's games are piling up. I think they do have like good fixtures also. So I think if you have somebody like a Tokoski, it's a good option. Van Hickey from Brighton also. We have seen Brighton now they're becoming to be Brighton, which we knew. I think this is a good option. Krekes from Bournemouth also is a nice one. And also Aina, as always, I've said game in, game out. Aina is a must-have for me one way or another.
Okay, I think about Cucurella. Cucurella is a good pick, but usually he goes with the team that he's playing. If he's playing against a team which is attacking a lot, Cucurella will not go forward. He will just remain back. But if you're playing with a team that they know they can attack them a lot, then you will see the best of Cucurella because he will be attacking a lot. So I think if you want to acquire somebody like Cucurella and you want, leave alone the clean sheet part, and you want maybe those attacking returns, you have to check the fixture that he's playing against.
Okay.
If he's playing against a team which is above top 6, which is attacking a lot, then this is not a good choice for you to go with Cucurella because he'll concede yellows and he will concede goals.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you think about Wan-Bissaka, Mike, and maybe the likes of Colwill also?
As Joshua has described Cucurella, I think Wan-Bissaka is the same type of a player because he, when they are attacking, he will come to attack. When they are defending, he will also try to do that way. So if you have to pick Cucurella or Wan-Bissaka, you have to check the fixtures they are playing against also.
Okay. Where does somebody like a Collins from Brentford and somebody like Outnour from Wolves, you're going to keep them on the team?
I think Outnour, we have seen him before because he's a very attacking defender. And the position that he's playing is not the same way that Collins is playing. Collins is playing as a centre-back, true?
Yeah.
And Outnour is playing as a wing-back. So if Outnour is there, with any team that he's playing against, he can either score or assist. So Outnour, I can choose Outnour more over Collins But Collins, I'll choose him depending on the fixture they are playing.
Okay.
If they are playing a very difficult fixture, then I will have to go with Ait Nouri.
Okay.
If they are playing a simple fixture, then I will go with Collins for those what we call them
Clean sheets?
clean sheet returns.
Okay.
But if they are playing the same team, the team that which Wolves is playing against is the same level that Brentford is playing against, then I have to go with Ait Nouri.
Okay.
Because I will expect for not necessarily the clean sheet, but for the attacking returns.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, coming to the midfield wise, I think this is the time where I think many guys gonna make that crucial change, which I think it was long time waiting. Because after what we saw, what this man Palmer did, I think there's some managers have said enough is enough with Palmer. I think now is the right time for me to kick him out of the team. That's one of the parts. So which brings me in, because we have seen somebody like a Kluivert, man. He has been the best player. Also, many guys are still having him. So I think Kluivert can be a good option. Mbeumo, I'm still keeping him. I don't know why, but I still, because you know, this is the thing which it has been. Whenever he flops like 4 game weeks, everybody sells him. And then the next week, that's when he punishes everybody who sold him. So for this week, I'm still keeping him because of that mentality. When everybody sells him out, that's when he does the points. So that's one of the points. Another player I think I should have, I think is Iwobi from Fulham. I've seen his threats. I think if I can have a chance to go, if you have a chance to go to him, I think it's a good option. Nottingham Forest, them not blanking, and the form which they have, I think somebody like a Morgan Gibbs-White, he's a good option to have on the team. Because we have seen, even if he cannot score, maybe he'll be one of that. He'll be part and parcel of what will end in the end of the game. He'll be just there. I don't know how, but he'll just be there. Even if you watch the game they played against Man City, it was a close game, but Gibbs, you could have seen him doing the being on the right places and the right pockets at the right time. So I think also is a right option for you to have on that team. Palmer, I'm saying I'm keeping him still, but I don't know if many managers gonna do the change. But when it comes to the differential, I do have some players which I think Minte, Neto, and Mituma. Those 3 players, I think if you're gonna have an option, Brighton wise, I think they have picked up where they left, and I think they're gonna be an issue for many teams.
I think when you're talking about Palmer is not performing that much, yes, because of the price that is coming with. So if I was in a position to replace Palmer on my team right now, I cannot, because I just want to do a one transfer, and I don't want to go a negative, and it's only because of one game. So I only decided to sell Rashford, and selling Rashford, the fund is not enough for me to acquire somebody that I want. And the person that I really wanted on my team right now is Bruno Fernandes. He has been phenomenal on Manchester United. We have seen Manchester United struggling, but Bruno has been finding those kind of ways to be able to redeem themselves in maybe from languishing in relegation. He has really helped the team to be where it is. And what I can say is, in case I wanted to sell Palmer, my next move will be to go for Bruno Fernandes. But right now, I don't have that possibility because I have to sell who? Rashford.
Okay.
So I cannot sell Rashford and sell Palmer in the same time.
Okay, Mike, when I check your team, you do have somebody like a Shed, Kluivert, Mbeumo, Palmer, and Salah. What are the thoughts you're having for that midfield for you to change for this game? Or are you one of those managers who said, I'm not going to do any changes for my team?
Now, for this game week, Salah will be on the bench because he doesn't have a game. I'll put on Palmer, Shed, Mbeumo, and Kluivert. That will be my midfield. That's my preferred midfield.
Okay.
Because I don't a lot of negative, as Joshua has already said. I would have taken someone like Ismail Assar. He has been really phenomenal in that Crystal Palace midfield also. But at the moment, I think my midfield is okay. But if for differential purposes, if anyone would like any other player, someone like Ismail Assar will be a very great pick.
Okay. Where are we guys not calling out somebody like an Enciso from Aston Villa?
Yeah, Enciso has been very good. But the reason why Mike is performing right now, the day that he decided to drop Caicedo, hey, that is the day you started making real changes. You know, before you were making changes as per your favorites, as per what you think is what, not as per what you think. You are making changes on what you want. Like you want Caicedo to perform. You don't think that is Caicedo right for him to perform in this fixture. So right now you see the projection that you are doing the points that you are getting, the difference that you are making in your team is very different from what you are doing before. So now the fact that you have chosen Ismail Sarr is because of the what you have seen him doing the other games. So now you are talking about Asensio, yeah, but we see that he's not been given those kind of minutes. You
Okay.
know? Yeah. He's coming as a sub,
But
something like that.
this is what I say always. What more can you ask for if a player comes in and play 30 minutes or 40 minutes and gives you points and scores a goal? And when you have a player, because it's not a defender, so you're not guaranteed to get the 6 points because of the clean sheet. So the maximum you can get, even if he plays 90 minutes, is 2 points or 3 points if it's a defender, if it's a midfielder and they don't consider goal. So what's that big deal when you have a midfielder when you know if he comes, definitely I know I'm guaranteed to get the points, even though he will not start. So it will be 1 point plus as compared to you having a player who plays the whole 90 minutes and only gives you 2 points.
No, you see, when you're playing more than 60 minutes, it's not because of clean sheet. It's because you have a lot of chances in that game. And when you are playing, when you are developing in the game, you see, when you start from minute 1, you are developing through the games. Okay? But when you're coming as a sub, it's just by luck you get those chances and score.
Okay.
So a person who is playing 60 minutes has
more chances
than a person who will play maybe 30 minutes. And most of the time, you find you're coming when other players who supposed to feed you are already tired.
Okay.
So it's different. And it's not a guarantee a player will come and score. Apart from somebody that we have seen like John Jorun. He was a super sub. He was scoring whenever he's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Another thing about the sub, you're not sure if you'll be substituted on.
Exactly.
And how you can match.
Sure.
You see.
And he can get even 3 minutes.
Yeah. You can get 3 minutes in the added time. What will you give me?
And another person can get a red card and they decide you will not be the one to come. They have to change to a defender instead of a midfielder.
Okay.
So that's the reason. That's their only reason. And sometimes if they see the game is very difficult, or maybe they're in front and maybe they are being attacked more and you're a midfielder, they'll not bring a midfielder. They'll bring another defender.
Okay.
So it really scares to you to have a person that you know he will not play more than 60 minutes.
Okay, coming up to the kind of on the Ford kind of voice, I don't know. Is it a week where I think I've been holding Wood for a long time and he has not been giving me those points? But I'm like, should I sell him because of the fixtures? But I'm on the other hand, like for me, I'm having somebody like an Isak who will not be playing this game week. So I'm worried. Should I have Wood still on my team? Or should I sell because I have Watkins and I have Isak? Both of them, they'll be blanking. So now I'm having two strikers who will not be playing on my game. So for you, is it a right option now? Because we know Wood also is not playing as better as we expect him to play. Do you think having him and maybe a surplus of somebody like maybe Wissa or a Beto from Everton, is it a good option? Or maybe go out wide and maybe have the likes of Haaland, Mamouche, Evan Nilsson from Bournemouth, and maybe the likes of João Pedro from Brighton. What's your thoughts? Or can you still say the players which I'm having, the likes of Watkins and likes of this guy, Isak, let me keep them because of only one blank game week, and then after that I'll still go on with my team?
I think, when you have a blank game week, it's about survival. You have to minimize your players to survive that game week so that you cannot have a lot of blanks in your team. You see, like if you have Wood already, why should you go for another player? Maybe you'll get that player. He doesn't have a game week, this game week. You see, and you'll go in minus. You'll go in deficit, trying to bring in another new player. I think at the moment, if you have Wood, you can if you have Wood and Beto, you can play them up front because they already have a game this game week. So that will be a very great chance for you.
Okay.
Instead of saying that you want to get another player, will give you a minus also.
Those players that you want to bring instead of Woods, do they have more goals than Woods? Do they have more points than Woods?
Definitely no.
No. So it means that you have been relying on Woods a lot and he has been giving you points because since you put Woods in your team, you have never removed him.
Yeah.
So what do you think has changed now in Aston Villa? They have just scored against Man City. They kept a clean sheet against Arsenal. So it means that they're on a right track. and it's only maybe 2 or 3 games that he's not scoring.
Okay.
But Wood is Wood. If they get those chances that they are not staying at a low block, that is the reason why they are not scoring. But right now they have to use those guys, the wingers who are running, for them to be able to score goals.
Okay.
But when they find a team that they will be able to attack more, then that's where Morgan Gibbs-White, the likes of Elanga, getting those crosses to Wood, and Wood will convert those kind of crosses because he's very good at his header. He's very good in scoring. So we've seen that it's only some of the games that he will not score, but also you have check. Apart from Wood in that front three, who's another striker who is performing than Wood? Nobody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Isaac has been blanking a lot of games.
Also same, yeah.
Oli Watkins, yes, we have seen maybe 2 games he has been coming through. You can see the like of Wisa. He has not been scoring, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 games
4
ago.
games now, yeah.
Mbeumo is a midfielder. Beto, you have seen, yes, he was very good in 3 games. I think 4 games he has been scoring consecutively, but the other game he did not score. Beto is a good choice. But you can see that sometimes Everton will decide to maybe to stay back rather than going forward.
Okay.
But I think Wood is a good choice for me. If I still have him, I don't think even about to sell him, because apart from Haaland, there is no another player that I can think I can buy, and Haaland is very expensive.
Okay. Talking about the prediction to the games of the week, this is a segment where I'm thinking this week Everton plays against West Ham. That's the early game. Ipswich against Nottingham Forest. Man City against Brighton. Southampton against Wolves. Bournemouth against Brentford. Bournemouth against Brentford. Arsenal, the big game on the weekend, the London Derby. Arsenal against Chelsea, and then Fulham against Spurs, which is a game I want to see. After what Spurs did the comeback on the last week, them against Bournemouth, I want to see them what they're gonna do on that game. And then the big game, Leicester against Manchester United, where this guy Van Nistelrooy will be back on Manchester United again for I think it will be the third time of the season.
Yeah.
So I'll want to see what new gonna happen in that game. So what's your prediction? Let's start from there, Mike. Let's start with the big game, Arsenal against Chelsea. What's your thoughts and what's your prediction from there?
My prediction against this Arsenal against Chelsea, I think it will be a draw if we are lucky.
Okay.
Or a 1-0 win in the team.
Why call it a draw first?
It will be a draw because the way we set up at the moment, we are setting up how we attack, how we play. We are not very little at our finishing, and then our defense also. But we've seen we've received some great reinforcement on our defense. We've seen this guy coming back. Fofana is coming back from injury. He played the whole match during against Leicester. We have Lavia also in the midfield. You see, he gives us also that defensive role in that midfield. So I think we'll set up a very great performance against Arsenal. So they should expect a great game.
Okay, Josh, what's your take on what's the prediction of the games of the weekends?
I think Everton has been very funny when you're playing against the middle table team. Like now they're playing against West Ham, and you're expecting them to win this game. And they can go on and concede a lot of goals, maybe 2 goals, but they can draw the game. So I see Everton against West Ham, because West Ham also they're trying to come up for themselves. I think it will be a draw with goals, maybe 2-2, 1-1, something like that.
Okay.
But I don't see any clean sheet there. When it comes to Ipswich against Nottingham Forest will attack this team. I know Ipswich will score, but I know Nottingham Forest will emerge as the winner of this team. But also, when these teams are going for a relegation, sometimes they usually decide to hang with one team and die with it.
Okay.
So Nottingham Forest should be very careful about when coming to play with these relegation teams. The other team is Man City against Brighton. But Man City has been very poor, and Brighton has been coming up because they were not performing very well. We have seen that Mitoma and Minte and Estupinan, they have come now from injuries, and they are really performing at the level that we used to see them performing. And I can see this game is very, is 50-50. And when a game is 50-50, and there is quality in Manchester City. Man City, there is quality. So I'm expecting Man City, they will win against Brighton. Because Brighton sometimes, the last time they conceded 4 goals, it was against Nottingham Forest. Yeah. So I'm expecting them to lose this game. Brighton will lose this game against City. because they don't stay back. They attack a lot, okay?
Okay.
So another team that I'm expecting, Chelsea against Arsenal. This game, I really don't know how to predict this game, sometimes we have been lethal against Chelsea. Sometimes we have been just lukewarm against Chelsea. We draw the game that we think we're going to win this game. And I can say that when we meet a team which is not performing at its best, this is the time that we lose the game. Like sometimes we see now Chelsea, Manchester are very down. This is the team we can win. Or Chelsea are down. This is the time that we'll win against them. And it's the time that we see ourselves maybe drawing or losing against. The other time, Chelsea were very good, performing very well, and we beat them 5. We were not even expecting that one. So this one, I can say what Wafula said, a draw. It might be a draw. I don't see anything better that we'll do in that game,
Okay.
And because even the players, I think they think there is nothing we are fighting for. Maybe they can be reluctant that we already qualified for Champions League or what, I don't know. But I don't think they will win the game. I think a draw. Even if they win, as a Arsenal fan, I want them to win. That's what I want them. But in reality, they might have a draw. Leicester against Manchester United. This Manchester United is supposed to win this game. And I know they will win this game.
Okay. For me, one of the also that's game you guys have not highlighted. I think Southampton against Wolves. That's a good game to watch. Because both teams are trying to struggle to get themselves out of relegation also in one or another. So that's a very good game to watch on the weekend. And then also, as I said before, Fulham. So I don't know. I do want to see a better Wolves, even if Connor is not there. So hopefully a win from Wolves, but it will be a hard one, a hard call, because we see Southampton plays so good also. It's only that they do have the mistakes, which they need to go up and refine themselves so that they can be back on the.
How many points Southampton has?
I think 6 or
9 points too.
I think so. Yeah, so few. I think 6 or 9. I think so. If I'm not wrong,
they have lost 24 games.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's a good game to see. What will happen there? For me, it's a good game to see. Also, I've said Spurs against Fulham. Fulham, I've seen them trying to do, but unfortunately, I saw some like an Adama Traore. He got an injury. So I don't see. I just want to see. Plus, I saw Raul coming back and being a good player. So also that's a plus on that team. So to end it off, who are you going to captain for this week after the matches you have said?
It's very difficult. We are expecting Salah not to play. And Cole Palmer is playing against Arsenal. And I captained him when he was playing against a very small team, man. Southampton.
Okay.
And Palmer did the most Palmer thing that I have ever seen. 4 goals and he was not involved in any. I was like, what is happening?
Okay, so who what's the call? What's the call are you gonna make for this week?
So this week I've decided that I'm gonna go with a differential.
Okay.
And because I am who I am, I'm gonna captain Wood.
Damn it! I'm gonna change my captain.
Oh, you wanted to captain Wood?
I'm gonna change my captain.
Thank God. It's better we say this thing because if Dawuud could have captained him, Like now, Dawuud, the way Dawuud is saying that when we decide to sell Mbeumo is the time that he performs. If we don't sell him is the time that he's not performing. In reality, if he is the one who decides to sell Mbeumo, he will perform for us.
Man, why are you having my captain? It's already locked. If I show you my FPL pin, it's already locked, man.
No, to be honest, he's playing against Ipswich.
Yeah.
That's one thing. The other thing is the only person that we know at least can deliver in this fixture that we are having, Cole Palmer could be a very good fixture, but he's playing against Arsenal. And, Arsenal, they are very good in defensive. So scoring against them, it cannot... You're not sure about it, but we are sure maybe Wood will score against this team because it's a team that they will attack a lot.
Okay.
Mike?
Yeah, me, this game week, I'm doing a very great difference. I'm going for a goalkeeper for my captain.
Self?
Yeah.
Okay. For me,
he'll have a clean.
Okay.
He'll give me points.
I don't know.
I guess so.
Okay.
When I was starting as FPL, I was captaining defenders. You remember when I captained Kilman? I was captaining defenders.
This guy
but there before then, I was captaining somebody like Joao Cancelo, and he was giving me points. You remember those times that Cancelo was giving the goals, the assists, and so on. So those times I was captaining anybody. Like I was not that what you can say, I was not that enlightened about. But that time they were giving points. That was the point. So even Max Killiman was giving points, most defenders they were giving those points, and it was consistently. It's not like now if Gabriel score maybe two games, then he will not score again maybe after 5 games. That time they were scoring a lot of goals and giving assists. And also I captained Pickford, and they give me points. But later on, sometimes they were blundering, my friend.
Okay, for me, I'm saying for the less unlikely opinion, I'm thinking if you go with the differential for Cole Palmer, I'm thinking he's gonna deliver this week. That's my own pick. If you don't want to go for this kind of a mad picks, which I always do, if I'm gonna not go with Woods, it's already locked in. It's either between Woods and Palmer, because after that, him missing that penalty, I'm 100% sure him as a player, he will try to do better than that.
Him as a player, after missing that penalty, he'll try to be more selfish. You don't know that.
That's what I'm saying. For me, for the few of the guys, the few opinion, I'm thinking if you want to be that manager who wants to risk it all, go with Cole Palmer for this week.
Why do you go with Cole Palmer?
I want to.
Why should you not go with Neto?
I don't have him, so I'm saying that's.
Oh, you say somebody who have Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Because my point is, few games, maybe some few weeks ago, we could have thought about something like that. I even decided to captain Cole Palmer on a game whereby it was Southampton. They score 4 goals, and Palmer was not involved in any. For me, that one was telling me that Cole Palmer now is not at it.
No, but for me, I said I did not captain him because you don't know you guys asking me how comes I went to the differential. After I watched the game which Southampton plays against Liverpool.
And you decided to captain Kluivert.
Yeah, that's what I said. After I saw what they do when they play against big teams, I saw also if you check them how they played previously also with Man City, they don't play it easily with these big teams. That was my fear always when I go with Southampton against big teams. So that's why I'm saying if you want to go with the few-minded high risk takers, I think Cole Palmer will be a good shot for me this week. Also,
I'm telling you guys, because I'm biased. I am biased because I'm supporting Arsenal. Okay, but Cole Palmer has not been performing few games now. Okay, even those games that you think that he will perform, even that part that you think Cole Palmer is at best like a penalty, he has not been performing. He's playing now against one of the top defenders team. Okay, so what is the reason for you to decide that because you have that notion that he lost that penalty, now he will come back?
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm.
That is mostly in movies.
Yeah. So man, a big shout out, man, to our listeners. Hey man, Mike, we were with you on the Arsenal game. Big shout out to you also when you did the live stream. So guys, gonna check on the links for the live streams. Also, if you want, you're gonna join us for the live streams once in a while. We do try to put them out. Yesterday was with the man like Samba. Man, we tried our best, but Samba halfway near the finish line, man, it was a time for, he said enough is enough and he had to leave. So it's nice for those guys who keeping us company. Please go on the channel, man. There's so many contents here you're gonna get in with. We have so many, and not forgetting the guys who always here, man, like Louis. Unfortunately, he had to leave while we are still recording. Man like Mike, man, big shout out to you, man, for joining us this week.
Yeah, sure. Big shout out to you also for keeping it up.
Okay. Man like Mike, man like Joshua, man. You guys, many guys are asking why you are not being on the coach for the kind of while, and then so having you back also, it's sometimes when you are far and when
the vibe is different.
The vibe is different. Yeah. When you're on the mobile and when you're on face to face, I always find the conversation different in one or another.
It's very different, honestly, because sometimes I'm looking forward for something, maybe a call will come or something like that. I'm kind of busy. I'm not maybe set up properly because I did it in a hurry. But when I'm here, like I have dedicated this time for this thing, so you have a better and smooth conversation that you are having right now.
Okay.
And I say shout out to all the people who have been asking for me. There is a time that I've not been around, and I think now I'm here, and we'll keep the fire burning always.
Okay, man. Till next week, man. It's been nice. See your guy like Dawuud, your host, man. Adios.
Nice time.
Adios.